If you could interview 1,000 self-made millionaires and billionaires and ask them one simple question, what made you wealthy? You'd probably hear 1,000 different stories. Some would talk about real estate. Others would mention technology, business, investing, or manufacturing. Their journeys would seem completely different. They grew up in different countries, faced different challenges, and built success in different industries. But if you looked beyond their individual stories, you would begin to notice something remarkable. Beneath every great fortune is a pattern that repeats itself over and over again. It isn't a secret investment. It isn't luck. And it certainly isn't working the longest hours. It's a formula that has existed for generations, yet very few people ever recognize it. Most people spend their lives chasing money. They believe earning more is the answer to every financial problem. But money has never been the real prize. Money is simply a reward. The real prize is value. Throughout history, wealth has consistently flowed towards the people who make life easier, faster, safer, or better for others. The bigger the problem you solve and the more people you help, the greater the opportunity to create wealth. That's why fortunes aren't usually built by chasing money. They're built by creating something that other people willingly exchange their money for. Take a moment to think about everything you've used today. Maybe you unlocked your phone, ordered a coffee, drove to work, paid with a bank card, or used an app to communicate with someone. Every one of those products or services exists because someone noticed a problem and decided it could be solved. They didn't become successful because they wanted money more than everyone else. They became successful because they created value that millions of people found useful. That's the first part of the hidden formula. Before money arrives, value must exist. But creating value is only the beginning. Imagine someone who makes the best coffee in the world. If they can only serve one customer at a time, their income will always be limited by the number of hours they work. Now imagine they build a cafe, train employees, create a recognized brand, and eventually open hundreds of locations. The quality of the coffee may remain the same, but the number of people they can serve has increased dramatically. The difference isn't talent. It's leverage. Leverage is one of the most powerful ideas in wealth creation, yet it's rarely explained. It simply means finding ways for your knowledge, your skills, or your work to continue creating value without relying entirely on your personal time. A book can reach millions of readers. Software can serve millions of users. A business can operate while its owner is asleep. Even owning shares means you're benefiting from companies that create value every single day. The wealthiest people don't just work harder. They build systems that allow 1 hour of effort to create results again and again. Then comes the final piece of the formula: scale. Solving a problem for one person is valuable. Solving that same problem for 1 million people has the potential to change the world. Think about companies like Google or Spotify. Their products don't become more valuable because they charge more money. They become more valuable because they help millions of people every single day. Scale allows the same solution to reach more people without starting from scratch each time. When you combine these three ideas, something extraordinary happens. First, you create value. Then you use leverage so that value can continue working beyond your own time. Finally, you scale it so that more people can benefit from it. This simple pattern appears behind businesses, investments, and fortunes across almost every industry. Once you begin seeing it, it's impossible to ignore. What's fascinating is what's missing from this formula. It doesn't mention luck. It doesn't depend on having wealthy parents. It doesn't require working 80 hours every week for the rest of your life. Those things can influence the journey, but they aren't the foundation. The foundation has always been creating something useful, finding a way to multiply its impact and allowing it to reach as many people as possible. This changes the questions we should ask ourselves. Instead of asking, "How can I make more money?" ask, "How can I create more value?" Instead of asking, "How can I work longer?" ask, "How can my work reach more people?" Those questions have built companies, transformed industries, and created opportunities that never existed before. The amazing thing is that opportunities aren't hiding in extraordinary places. They're often sitting inside ordinary frustrations. Every time someone says, "There has to be a better way," they're pointing towards a potential opportunity. Every inconvenience, every wasted minute, and every problem people have simply accepted could become the beginning of something remarkable for the person willing to solve it. So whether your goal is to start a business, become an investor, or simply build a better financial future, remember this. Wealth isn't usually created by asking how much money you can earn. It's created by asking how much value you can contribute. Money follows value far more often than value follows money. Before you go, ask yourself, what problem do I see every day that everyone else has accepted as normal? The answer to that question could become far more valuable than you ever imagined. If this video inspired you, like and subscribe to Empowerment. Every click helps us spread the mindset that changes lives. Empowerment. Build yourself, build wealth.